See if you can finish up in about 1 more minute and then we'll read through it together. Sammy, still need a little bit more time? All done? Okay. All right. The first thing that we do when we read is look at the title. Juan, what's the title of the story?
Animal community.
Yeah, Pedro, what's a community?
What is it called?
Like a work or a group.
Like a group.
A group, okay? So, Needies, what do you think this story is about then? If the word communities means group. What does this title tell us? That this story is going to be about what? Groups of animals. Good. All right, I'm going to read this out loud. If I stop, you fill in the missing word, which means I want you to be reading along with me. Are you ready? Here we go. In human communities, people work together. That allows us to buy food and shelter, raise children, and enjoy a good quality of life. When we do our share, the community functions well. A society needs many different kinds of workers in order to thrive. Animals also live in diverse and varied communities. In fact, nature instills most creatures with a social instinct that serves a number of purposes. Paragraph 2. Many lions work together in well-organized groups. The females do the hunting. They work as a team to trap the prey. As a result, the lions can surround the animal and cut off its escape. Wolves and hunting dogs also hunt in
Teams.
Wolves have a strong social order. They follow a leader and obey the rules for the good of the pack. Okay, we're going to stop right there and talk a little bit. Just finish the second paragraph. They have used three different words that mean the same thing. It's all about communities. So community is one. What other words have they used so far?
Pack.
Pack. Oh, they've used 4. Pack. What else? Samantha, what'd you say? Another word for community is group. Okay, and we had another one. Wolves and hunting dogs also hunt in teams. That's another word. All of those words, Juan, are synonyms. They mean the same thing. Okay? Pack, team, group, community. Okay? So those are all different kinds throughout the animals. Okay? Paragraph starting with bees. Here we go. Bees, ants, and wasps have special jobs. For instance, a beehive has a queen and various types of workers. These worker bees serve the queen. As a result, the queen produces royal jelly and lays eggs. If the queen did not lay enough eggs, the busy hive would soon become vacant. What does that mean, vacant?
Empty.
Empty, gone. Ants have soldiers that protect the colony. Female bees and wasps also take on this job. Naturalist Dr. Regis Ferrier notes that some insect species exist cooperatively. An example is the relationship between ants and aphids. The ants milk the aphids of sugar droplets. In turn, the ants protect the aphids from predators. Baboons and antelopes often eat together to protect one another. Okay, why do they eat together?
Protect one another.
Good. Since the baboons have excellent eyesight and the antelope have a keen sense of smell, together they function as a warning system. Cattle and birds work in much the same way. The birds eat the insects the cattle stir up. The birds in turn make a lot of noise and fly off if they sense danger. This warns the cattle, so their combined efforts benefit both the birds and the cattle. Okay, are they working together?
Yes.
Okay, Juan, what do they do for each other?
Okay.
They protect one another. Good. All right, last paragraph, the conclusion paragraph, right? So there are certain basic similarities between human and animal societies. It's another word, right? Societies is another word for communities or group. Good. We have many of the same needs after all. We must depend on one another in order to survive in a complex world. So, Needies, what's the theme of this story? That could be one, to protect each other. Samantha?
About them being together, working together, and protecting each other.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Pedro, can you read the last sentence for us?
We must depend on one another in order to survive in a complex world.
Okay.
Depend on each other.
Depend on each other as a community, group, society, pack, right? All right, we're going to move on to the question, so turn the page. Here's what I would like this time. We can read it together, think of ideas, but we're not going to blurt out the answer.
Yeah, Pedro.
You did that too.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
Hey, it's okay. We're gonna give each other time to think about it. If we all come up with the same answer, that's great. If we don't, then we'll talk about what we think. Okay, number one. Samantha, can you read it for us?
Naturalists. I can't say that. Nope.
Right, we'll start with the actual question itself.
Based on the sentence below, what word a naturalist most likely study?
Okay, go ahead and read the box.
Naturalist
Dr. Regis Ferrier.
knows that some insect species exist cooperatively.
Okay, so what would a naturalist, which is Dr. Regis Ferrier, what would she study? A, how people work naturally with each other. B, projects that involve working with people. C, things that happen naturally. Or D, nature and natural history. Think about it. We're not shouting out. What do you think, guys? A, B,
D.
D,
C.
C,
A.
A.
D.
Oh my goodness.
C.
Okay, well, let's talk about it. A naturalist, Dr. Regis Ferrier, notes that some insect species, I know, exist cooperatively. So she's talking about who?
Girl?
It's a girl or a boy, I guess. I don't know. Could be. The doctor, I should say, notes that some insect species exist cooperatively. What did she note? What kind of, who are we talking about? Her or him. And what did he make a note about?
Natural things work.
Natural.
Listen again. Dr. Regis Ferrier notes that some insect species exist cooperatively. What did she study?
A.
Animals. What kind of animals?
Insects.
Insects. Very good one. Okay, so A. Did she study how people work naturally together?
No.
Nope. So we can eliminate that answer. You can put a cross out mark if you want. Cross it out. B. Projects that involve working with people?
No.
Nope. Okay. Things that happen naturally?
Yes.
Okay. Or nature and natural history?
No.
She didn't really talk about history, so what option is the best?
C.
Okay. All right, Needies, can you read 2 for me?
Animals live in diversity.
Diverse.
Wait. Oh my God. Animals live in diverse and various communities. Which word is the opposite of the word diverse?
Diverse. Good. All right, so we're not shouting out. Here's our options. Different, alike, multiple, hostile. Now remember, it's saying which word is the opposite of diverse, not what does diverse mean. Make sure we read the question. So what does diverse mean? Juan?
Different.
Different. Needies. Okay. If diverse means different, which I agree, Samantha, what is the opposite of diverse? Alike. Okay, so for some people who've been in Crete a little longer, Samantha and Pedro.
What?
Part of taking a test correctly is making sure we read the whole thing and not go through it too fast.
What?
Right. Sometimes we go through the test a little too fast. Yes.
Hi, John.
Yes.
No,
Not him. All right, Juan. If you can read right above problem 3. All right, everybody follow along. Juan is reading.
Use the dictionary entry below to answer question 3. Combined verb joined together.
united.
Okay, Pedro, read number 3 for us.
Which word is an antonym for combined?
Okay. What does antonym mean?
To put together.
Well, a synonym means what, Edie? The word synonym?
Similar.
The same, right? So what do you think antonym means?
Opposite.
Opposite. Let's try not to shout out, okay? So, number 3, which word is an antonym, or the opposite, or combined? Okay. If we can't focus, we're not going to do it together.
I know.
Okay, Needies, I want you to read your choices. So remember, the definition for combined is what Juan read for us. Combined, joined together. So what's the opposite for combined?
Separated.
Separated. A.
I got that.
I think everybody got that.
Okay, my turn. I'll read number 4. If the queen did not lay enough eggs, the busy hive would soon become vacant. Don't say anything. Which word is an antonym for vacant? Remember, while we were reading the story, please listen. While we were reading the story, we talked about what it meant. We are looking for the opposite, or the antonym for vacant. So first figure out what vacant means, and then do the opposite. Okay, turn the page. I'm going to give you guys a chance to do 5, 6, and 7 on your own. Okay, I will read it out loud so you can hear it, and then I'm just going to have you choose and mark your own papers. Okay, 5. What effect does eating together have on baboons and antelopes? Okay, if you need to go back to the story, you have your highlighters. Okay, baboons and antelopes is the bottom here, and we did talk about it. The second to last paragraph. Yes, and by the way, you guys can go do that real quick.